Morning, Reds. Hope you're all doing well. This is the Shankly Sessions. This is your Liverpool versus Inter Milan preview. Of course, when you're successful as we are at the moment, you don't have time to dwell on the successes of even the previous week. But it was a fantastic week all the same, winning the Premier League, win in the FA Cup through to the quarterfinals, and a win in the Carabao Cup final. But we don't have time to dwell on that because there's three other trophies up for grabs at the moment, and we have to press on. Another week rolls around, which means another week of previews, match reactions, player ratings, and everything else in between that comes with it. And up next for us Tuesday night, Champions League under the lights at Anfield, is Inter Milan. And it presents its own set of challenges, as we've seen in the home game or the away game over in the San Siro. We ran out 2-0 winners, made hard work of it. Inter Milan were persistent with Perisic and stuff like that. They played really, really well and created a couple of chances. But we took our goals when the opportunity games, Bobby Firmino and Mo Salah. But it's really, really important that we don't go into this. We'd be foolish to think that we're just going to rock up to Anfield and we're just going to push our way through into the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I think we have to be more professional and more consistent and no complacency. Because there's no room for that. We've seen that like 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline. And if Milan were to rock up Anfield and potentially get an early goal or something like that, pressure might mount, especially with this no away goal situation. So we have to be really professional in our approach and stuff like that. No doubt Klopp will be that. As he said, he takes it one game at a time, and every game is going to feel like a cup final between now and the end of the season. So the chances that we kind of offered West Ham up at the weekend, we're going to have to be really careful with that high line against Inter Milan. Because I think if an opportunity like that Lanzini chance fell to a Martinez or the like or a Dzeko, I think they might put it away. So we have to be really careful. But we are on a fantastic run at the moment. 12 wins on the bounce, 8 clean sheets, Fortress Anfield. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Inter Milan, and they know that. But they warmed up nicely with a 5-goal thriller against Salernitana, I think is how you pronounce it. And Lautaro Martinez got a hat-trick and Dzeko got 2. So they're showing a little bit of form, although they had, that was their first win, I think, in 4 and 5 or something like that. And they hadn't scored, I think, in the previous 4. So they had been struggling for a bit of form, but they've bounced back at the weekend with that. So really, really important. If you look at current form at the moment, Liverpool, all competitions, W's all the way for the last 6. If you look at Inter Milan, it's 3 draws, 2 losses and a win. So they've been struggling, 1 win in 6 games in their last 6 games. So certainly they were struggling for a bit of form, and certainly on the face of it, you would think we would run out with that type of lead, be professional, get an early goal, calm things down and push on. If you look at team news at the moment for Liverpool, no major injury worries at the moment, but safe to say there will be late calls made on the likes of Matip, Firmino and Thiago. They're all racing to be fit for this game. Klopp might want to shake up the front line that's been a little bit misfiring. So Jota may come in to shake things up there, who knows. For Inter, Nicola Barella is still serving his 2nd ban of a 2-game European suspension, which means that Arturo Vidal will come in to deputise. Ivan Perisic was absent for the game at the weekend due to a muscular overload. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe they're just protecting him for this game, such a big game. But my guess is he will play on Tuesday. He's a massive player for them. And remember the threat that he posed in the away game, especially against Trent. Initial stages, he gave Trent an awful time. So really, really important that we get hold of that situation and we understand that situation and what it means, In terms of potential lineups, if you look at Liverpool, you're looking at Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robinson, Henderson, Fabinho, Keita, Salah, Jota, Diaz. So looking at that lineup there, he may potentially rest Mane, who knows? But no, he took Salah off. I'd imagine taking Salah off the other day was a combination of 2 things. 1, he wasn't having a very good game, and 2, he might want to have rested him for the Inter Milan game. Not too sure. I'm not sure whether Mane gets dropped or not. Like, I mean, he's putting in a shift and stuff like that. Got his goal the other day, took it well. Be harsh to kind of drop him, wouldn't it? So, but I'm not too sure, but definitely an interesting lineup. But I do like Konate and Van Dijk in there. That dynamic is good. Robbo's nearly back to his best. I kind of liked that midfield of Henderson, Fabinho, and Keita. Um, Although it didn't reap the rewards that we thought it was going to be, it was still solid enough, and there was still movement there and stuff like that. For Inter Milan, their lineup: Hadanovic, Skriniar, De Vrij, Pastoni, Dumfries, Vidal, Brozovic, Kahanglu, Gozens, Dzeko, and Martinez. So a solid team for them as well. We've seen in the away leg or in their home leg, they were decent enough. So I mean, obviously, Perisic would be one that potentially comes in, and he would be the danger. He looked really, really impressive in the first leg, so he's one to be aware of. In terms of the betting, Liverpool are 11 to 20 on, so hot favourites, obviously. The draw is 10 to 3, and Inter Milan are 9 to 2. Now, it's interesting when you look at Inter Milan's pricing there. I think when I looked the other day with West Ham, I think West Ham were longer odds. And I think looking at West Ham as a team, I would rate West Ham stronger than Inter Milan at the moment. But it's interesting that the odds are a bit tighter. But we will remain to be seen. In terms of prediction, I'm thinking Liverpool 3-1 on the night, so 5-1 on aggregate. And I'm hoping the boy Luis Diaz opens up his Champions League account for the Reds, especially in front of the Kop, what that would be. And I think with the work he's been putting in, and I think the games he's played in so far, I think he's deserving of more goals. We spoke about it on the match reaction against West Ham. He's doing absolutely brilliant in how he's fitted in. But he's just getting up to speed in terms of the thinking of his players around him and trying to develop those relationships. I think down the left-hand side with Robbo and stuff like that, I think he's doing really, really well. But we just need a little bit more product in terms of what he's doing. So, in other words, goals. And I think they will come in time. There's no doubt about it. He's been so close on a number of occasions. But he could open up his Champions League account for Liverpool against Inter Milan, which would be fantastic. And hopefully we get through. Hopefully it's not as traumatizing and as nervous and as anxious as the West Ham game. But it's a big game coming up for us. Inter Milan will throw us through into the quarterfinal. And then we push on to the weekend. We have an early game on Saturday, lunchtime, against Brighton, which is pivotal in the title race. We'll be dropping a preview for that probably Thursday or Friday. As we push to keep this title race going, it's another weekend where we play ahead of Man City, which will be pivotal as well. But no doubt we're going to do well, and we always play well under the lights on Anfield in the Champions League. Look out tomorrow evening, Reds. We'll have a match reaction and we'll have player ratings for what should be an interesting confrontation. Till next time, Reds. Appreciate it.